Plant-based luxury. How vegetables became the new status symbol. Plant-based dining has moved far beyond the quiet corner of the menu. It's no longer the alternative or the compromise. In the last decade, vegetables have stepped into the spotlight with the confidence of a headliner, reshaping fine dining, redefining indulgence, and proving that luxury isn't about excess. It's about intention. Plant-based luxury is not simply a trend. It's a cultural shift in how we understand pleasure, beauty, and value in food. The new definition of luxury. Traditional luxury dining relied on scarcity. Truffles, caviar, wagyu, foie gras. The message was clear: rarity equals prestige. But today's diners are looking for something different. Luxury has become less about extravagance and more about craftsmanship, sustainability, and emotional resonance. Plant-based luxury thrives in this new landscape because it reframes indulgence around creativity rather than cost. A carrot becomes luxurious not because it's rare, but because a chef has coaxed out its deepest sweetness, layered it with smoke, paired it with citrus oil, and plated it like a piece of modern architecture. Luxury becomes a matter of care, not excess. The aesthetic of vegetables. Vegetables carry a natural elegance that animal proteins rarely match. Their colors alone, emerald kale, ruby beets, saffron bright squash, create a palette that feels both modern and ancient. Their shapes lend themselves to geometry: spirals, ribbons, lattices, cubes, fractals. Plant-based luxury leans into this visual richness. Dishes become sculptures. Plates resemble landscapes. A single roasted leek can look like a minimalist art installation. A shaved fennel salad can mimic the architecture of desert dunes. This aesthetic aligns perfectly with contemporary design culture. Clean lines, intentional color, organic form. Technique as opulence. In plant-based luxury, technique replaces extravagance. Slow roasting to develop caramelized depth. Fermentation for complexity and tang. Smoking for warmth and nostalgia. Cold pressing for purity. Infusion for aromatic layering. Precision knife work for texture and geometry. These techniques transform humble ingredients into something transcendent. A beet becomes a jewel. A mushroom becomes a steak. A tomato becomes a universe. Luxury emerges from the time invested, not the price tag. Sustainability as status. There is a growing cultural pride in choosing foods that reflect care for the planet. In this context, plant-based luxury becomes a form of ethical elegance, a way to indulge without guilt. High-end restaurants now highlight regenerative farming partnerships, desert-adapted produce, heirloom varietals, zero-waste cooking, hyper-seasonal menus. The message is subtle but powerful. Luxury is not about taking more from the world, but about giving back through thoughtful choices. The emotional arc of plant-based dining. Plant-based luxury also taps into emotion. Vegetables carry nostalgia, the smell of roasted corn, the comfort of warm potatoes, the brightness of citrus. They evoke seasons, landscapes, and memories. A luxurious plant-based dish doesn't just satisfy hunger. It creates a moment. Quiet, intentional, sensory. It feels like stepping into a warm room after being out in the cold. It feels like sunlight on tile. It feels like calm. Luxury becomes emotional resonance. Where plant-based luxury is heading. The future of high-end dining is increasingly vegetable-forward. Expect to see vegetable-tasting menus that rival traditional fine dining. Desert-inspired luxury dishes using drought-friendly produce. Architectural plating that treats vegetables like design materials. Plant-based wine pairings built around terroir and texture. Luxury grocery experiences centered on heirloom produce and artisanal plant-based goods. Plant-based luxury is not a niche. It's the new frontier. Conclusion. Plant-based luxury proves that indulgence doesn't require excess. It requires imagination. It requires care. It requires a willingness to see beauty in what was once overlooked. Vegetables have become the new status symbol not because they are rare, but because they are expressive. They allow chefs to build landscapes, tell stories, and craft experiences that feel modern, ethical, and deeply human. Luxury, it turns out, grows from the ground.